Thank you so much for your time this evening. My name is Lillian Muli and it's time for Fashion Watch. We are so glad you're tuned. Use the hashtag Fashion Watch or SMS us using SMS number 22422. We trust you're enjoying your Easter break, and as you continue to enjoy your break, it's something that might interest you. For those of you who are up country, tonight we're asking when was the last time you took time to glam up your grandmother, your grandfather. Tonight in studio we'll be hosting a guest stylist who is behind Project Nyanye. If you haven't heard of Project Nyanye, we'll be talking to Kevo Abra. He's a stylist and he'll be telling us more about how he came up with this concept and what it's all about. The Fashion Watch panel in studio every Saturday right here on Citizen TV. Ian Mbogwa, he's a thespian as well as a celebrity judge. You know him from Tasker Project fame. He will be critiquing this week's trends, and also with us is award-winning fashion journalist Carol Odero. She'll be telling us what she thinks about what was won at the Kenya Open, as well as, of course, critiquing Kevo Abra's pieces on Project Nyanye. We also have with us image consultant and motivational speaker Robert Burale, who'll be sharing with us his thoughts on this week's fashion trends, and of course the lovely Annabelle Onyango, celebrity stylist, also with us on the Fashion Watch and looking at what's hot and what's not. So let's begin with the Kenya Open. This went down at the Karen Country Club last Sunday. And there you see President Uhuru Kenyatta dressed down for this event. It's a golf event, for those of you who are not aware. So let's start with you, Robert. Your thoughts?
I think he looks fantastic. He's dressed down, no pressure. He knew it was a fun event, so he dressed accordingly. Every time you see someone with an untucked shirt, it allows you to be easy, really, as opposed to going somewhere in a full suit because you're the head of state. So I think I like the fact that he went with the easy mode, because during the week he's in suits. So he decided to go the other extreme and have fun.
Annabelle, for you, Mr. President, and we know the protocol that comes with golf and country clubs. What do you think about this look? Is it okay for you?
I mean, it's okay. I feel like, you know, because he's the president, I feel like he can't just untuck his shirt and claim that he's being casual. I feel like there has to be still some measure of tailoring that has to happen, even when it's an outdoor casual event. I think it's probably been really sweltering the last 2 weeks, and that's why he's gone without a jacket. But I think a nice sports jacket, you know, in navy blue or in khaki, I think would have been a little more, you know, stylish.
Okay, Carol, what do you think about what the president has on? Those look like office pants, and then he has his shirt untucked, and that...
Well, it does look like he was heading to the office, and then he changed his mind and then decided to go for golf. I don't think that anything about this look works for him, because the pants are dress pants, the shirt is a formal shirt. So untucking the shirt and then wearing it with formal pants just kind of looks like it was impromptu. It doesn't look like he planned it, and so he didn't have what he was supposed to wear. Even a nice polo shirt would have been much better than an untucked shirt in this case.
Ian, does this look last minute to you? Like he just didn't plan this look at all?
Total fail. In looking casual, total fail. Yes. Polo shirt, khaki pants, yes, but not this.
Not this?
No.
Okay, let's see who else was at the Karen Country Club last Sunday for the Kenya Open. That is President Uhuru Kenyatta. Tell us what you think. So this girl here, again at the same event with her shorts and her sneakers. Anyway, yeah, so let's begin with you, Carol. This look for you.
Oh, I love this look. I love everything about it. I love that she's dressed for the weather. The sweater is not too heavy, because it's kind of hard to find that sweet spot when you're looking at something knitted, when you're looking at this weather. Just not sure she needed the scarf. Maybe it was dusty, who knows. But the entire look works for me for an outdoor event. The thing is that if you go to a golf club, then you might want to lower the hemline of your shorts, because you meet a lot of older men, and it has to have a certain dignity when you're wearing shorts. Yeah.
And Ian, I saw you tweeting with the Kenya Open organizers, and I think, I don't know, was there a dress code for this event? Like Carol said, this is a country club, so what guys expect to wear?
It's pretty obvious when you go for golf what the dress code is, so they don't need to say it. And you're outside, so hats, a lot of hats, and it was hot, so dress down. But the shorts, I think those are a bit too much.
A bit too much? Robert, do you think the country club members were a bit shocked about the intrusion?
Yes, and disappointed. Because we know we have the older generation who go for golf. were expecting the president and the former president and people of their caliber, and people go with their wives, and you know, men are visual. So when you show too much skin, you make the men uncomfortable and their wives also more uncomfortable. So I think it was too short. This is more of another she just got everything wrong about it, to be honest. That the shot is too short.
For this particular
event, yes.
Yeah, but she
looks good, but for the wrong event.
It might also depend on how much access you have, because there are certain access areas that actually have a dress code. Like if you're going to get inside the country club, then you can't dress like that.
But you see, the parking is the same. They all came to the same entrance.
I understand that.
So you might walk in with someone who's in VVIP, and you are in the terraces, but you've come in together.
Let's hear Annabelle's thoughts. Annabelle.
I mean, I think in principle there's nothing wrong with wearing shorts. It's summer, Kenyan summer after all. But I think, like everybody before me has said, I think there's a time and a place for everything. And I think with golf, it's like polo. Like there's a certain sort of decorum that you have to observe, even if it is a casual hot day. I like the fact that she's wearing sneakers. That's very on trend. If she'd worn, you know, sort of a dress, you know, a less short, or even a khaki pant, that might have worked better. So I think you have to be really careful where you're going and what your choice of outfit is, especially in the hot weather.
Okay. Please give us your thoughts. Hashtag is Fashion Watch. And let's see what else was happening at the Kenya Open. Okay, so this guy here, still at the same event, I mean, I'm just asking once again, Robert. The members of the Current Country Club, and fine, so they hosted this event. They were kind enough to do that. I don't know if the invitation had a dress code. I doubt it did. But do Kenyans go for these events because of the love of the game, or because, anyway, let me just...
Just like rugby, half of these people don't know anything about golf. Because the Kenyan psyche or mentality is where everybody's going, then you're going to go. If you tell them what is golf, they have no clue. And when it comes to golf, I don't think people really need to be told the dress code. There's some things that are so automatic. It's unspoken. This look, I wish he didn't have the jacket on, and the trousers are not fitting. If you're going to wear a red trouser, meaning or something red, you're going to attract a lot of attention, so you better get it right. So I think that was a fail for me. And he's usually a very smartly dressed gentleman.
Who is this guy?
Nelson Aseka.
Okay. Yes, he's usually very smartly dressed.
No! It's him! Oh, you're kidding.
He dresses very well. I think this day was an epic fail.
Okay.
Every time you go bright color, be careful. You must get it right.
So why is this Nelson guy a big deal, Karen? Has he dressed better before? Who is he?
He's the brand ambassador for Shivas and
yes.
a whole host of high-end...
so he's a fashionable gentleman.
Yes, he's very fashionable. This is very... you can find him at social events, very premium social events, because he has that kind of a gig. This look for me doesn't work. Nothing about it actually works. The shoes are all wrong. The jacket makes him feel hotter. But the thing about red pants is red pants are actually interesting, because red pants are very much have been on trend for aristocratic events since like 1800. So anybody from Prince George to Prince William would wear red pants if they went for an event like this. So it was so bad that, in fact, at some point it was adopted by the middle class, and then the aristocrats stopped wearing it because they thought it was too common. So if you're wearing something like this for an event like this, there's actually a movement by the aristocracy to reclaim their red pants. So if he's wearing it for this event, then it would be perfect. The fit is not right. The only thing he got right was the red color.
Okay, yes. Annabelle, do you want to defend this look, or is this...
Carol would say that about the red pants. You would give us a 5-minute speech about red pants. Carol always stands up for the red. I think the red is okay. Just get it fitted, because when you're wearing that bold of a color, like Bob says, you really have to fit it to your body. That's the only way it can look good. And then if you're going to wear blue and red, you know, wear a really basic colored shirt underneath. White would have done. Even a T-shirt would have done. But you see, look at the white guy behind him, also badly dressed. So it seems like this was a really badly dressed occasion.
The white guy is better dressed than he is.
I wouldn't say so.
No, out of the frying pan into the fire.
I think the only thing he got right were the shades. To hide him.
Well, let's see what else was happening there. So again, we talked about the Miss Kenyas, the Miss Worlds, previously when they were at the Langata Women's Prison, and here they are again, you know, at this event. And I think one of them was one at the Langata Women's Prison, I don't know, but then I think so. So let's start with you, Ian. We didn't hear your thoughts on the other image there. What do you think about this whole Miss World pageant and just how these girls dress when they're out there? Is this sash necessary? What do you think?
Like I said last time, these sashes are totally unnecessary, completely unnecessary. You don't have to wear it. You don't have to go screaming that this is who I am. If people don't know who you are, then sorry. I'm sorry for you. You don't need the sash.
Okay.
And then the dressing is okay. Lose the sash completely.
Yeah, and you do a lot of events, Bob. So why were they here? Corporate social responsibility. I mean, let's just talk about the sashes at the Kenya Open. What's that about?
I think it's beyond them, and I've no problem with the sashes because it's also PR and marketing.
Yes.
Remember, this is a very influential function, so you want to use every opportunity. So I think it's beyond them. Maybe it's even in the contract, but I think it's okay. For example, there's Miss Siaya County. She's ambassador for her county. You know, we are talking about her and we see it's Mrs. Siaya County. And then the lady in the middle, I think, is the one representing Kenya, Miss World. So every opportunity to market your product or to market yourself for a cause, I think it's fine.
So because you had a problem with them wearing the sash at the Langata Women.
No,
here it's okay.
actually I'm the one who defended them only.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Annabelle, let's talk about the beauty queens. Your thoughts?
I'm with Bob on this. I love a good sash. I mean, if you have gone through the trouble of winning one of these pageants, why wouldn't you want to wear? I would literally, if I was them, I'd also wear my crown. And I would wear my crown to the grocery store and to the sports event and to school. But I think they look really cute. Actually, I think it's a massive upgrade from the prison thing. And I love the way that they're wearing. You know, they're dressed. They're wearing their cute dresses, and they've paired them with sneakers, which is very appropriate for the event and very on trend. And I think they look fresh and deserving of the title.
Okay, great. Let's hear Carol's thoughts on the next image. Still the same event, Carol. And this lady here with her little dress, flaps. Let's talk about this look.
Oh, this look is beautiful. It's very minimalist. You know, she didn't add a lot of things to it. It's just, you know, her hair, her shades, her dress, and her shoes. She didn't go big with the bag. You know, she kept it very clean. It's a very polished look. She can move from any part of the enclosure to the next. I think it's perfect. If you want to go for golf and you're looking for something that looks classy and, you know, well, sort of wealthy, then this is the look to go for.
Ian, this look for you?
Oh, I agree. Annabelle wouldn't say take out one thing or 5 things.
I know.
She'd have nothing to say.
It's the exact number of things.
Nothing.
So Annabelle, this look for you, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a win. The simplicity of it. Every time we are all unanimous about a look, it's because it's simple and it's not overworked. Just the stripe.
We haven't had Bob yet, so
you never know what he's going to say.
But then he doesn't count, does he?
So the nautical stripe to the pop of color, it's just perfection. It's simple and it does the job.
Okay, and Bob?
Oh, fantastic. You know, many people use the hot weather as an excuse to wear very skimpy stuff. She has respected the weather. That's not a very heavy material outfit, and she's just kept it simple.
And it's not too short
either. And not too short, yes. Respectable and yet classy.
Okay, so this a win. This is rare. You guys rarely agree on anything.
All round win.
This is a win. The hashtag is Fashion Watch. Tell us what you think. And our last image of the day, this is President Uhuru Kenyatta. Prince William was in town in the week that was, in this week rather, earlier in the week, to attend a wedding. And you have it, there he is at State House. So the gentleman look, I mean, that's a typical look, the suits and everything, but I want to talk about the lady because we've talked about her previously. And this is Judy Wahungu. Let's talk about this look. Starting with you, Annabelle.
I mean, I think it's summertime. This happened this week, right? And it's been really super hot. And so if it was me, I would have worn something a little more summery, something that represents, especially when we have a visitor from the coldest country in the world of England, and he comes to visit us, I would wear something that really represents us, something more bright, more colorful, and I think something would, you know, it would really lift her up. She seems kind of, you know, disappearing. And
it's environment. Just like the beauty queens. They wear the sashes. She's environment, so she has to wear brown.
Okay.
Up color.
Yeah, Carol, and we've talked about her before. She seems to wear these earthy tones. We've seen her in something similar before, previously.
Well, there's actually nothing wrong with an earthy tone. It's just, I always feel like once women get into power, or maybe even when they're on the journey or as you're climbing the ladder, you kind of minimize your presence. And I don't think you need to be apologetic about liking fashion or about liking clothes. And she could have just picked something that made her more lit up, like Annabelle said. Brown will swallow you up and it makes you disappear in the picture, and then you're the last person people notice, and you're significant, which is why you're here. You know, so make your presence felt, just even by wearing the clothes that make you stand out. Don't apologize for it. You're standing next to the president. You've earned that space.
Yeah. So this is Professor Judy Wahungu. Perhaps that whole brainy thing she has going on, I don't know, women in power shying away from that glamorous look because of how smart they are. I don't know.
She's highly intelligent, educated, but her personality is very backstage, for lack of a better word.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, that's her personality. She's not as flamboyant. You'll not see her in yellow and red and all that. But if you allow me, please, let me just talk about Prince William and the other gentlemen from the UK. Body language is, yes, they're very powerful, but because they know they're in State House, their body language is very respectful. With their hands folded in front, it says, you know, we are humbled and thank you for having us here. And I love the fact that the president stands in a way that I know you are in my domain. So that's how we need to behave when you go to someone else's house. I mean, Prince William is a powerful person. He's come for his ex-girlfriend's wedding. But the humility in body posture says a lot.
Okay. All right. So tonight, once again, we have guest stylist with us in studio. Kevo Abra is behind Project Nyanye. Nyanye, quote unquote, means grandmother, elderly person. And let's take a look at some of his work. So those are some of the images, and that is styled by these elderly ladies are styled by Kevo, and this is based on a fictional story about Kenya's extravagant nyanyes. Nyanyes, like I said, are also known as grannies, and these are his other works. This is styling by Kevo, and we'll be talking to Kevo about why the elderly ladies in particular. This trended quite a bit. Kevo Abra, thank you very much for joining us on Fashion Watch.
Thank you so much.
Let's talk about, by the way, this is the Fashion Watch panel, so I'm sure they'll be engaging you shortly. When did you come up with this concept, and why the nyanyes?
We started this project while back last year, when we had gone for an assignment with Osborne Macharia in Somali, and it sparked through our conversation. Osborne went to shoot the backgrounds. Actually, the backgrounds are from Somali. Then, when we were the aeroplane coming back to Kenya, then there's something that I was checking on my phone. Then there's a certain video that was going viral about a certain young lady beating up her grandmother. So I didn't feel good about that, so I wanted to tell something to the society, and that's why I used the grannies in this project.
Who are these ladies?
I do talent scouting, so
so they're models?
Yeah, no, not really, not really, but I got them from Shags. One is from Machakos, the other one's from Kiambu, and Kikuyu.
So you wanted to pass a message out there that we need to care for the elderly, pretty much,
and appreciate them, because they are walking libraries.
So I'll invite the Fashion Watch panel to engage you, and then we'll continue with the conversation. Annabelle, let's hear from you.
I mean, I think this is really exciting to have you on the show, Abra, because it's interesting to see how fashion can work in ways other than we usually expect them to, which is sort of just visually, aesthetically, whereas fashion really can speak about whatever social ills, social injustice, and I think it's really amazing that a Kenyan stylist like you is really pushing the boundaries and making people think about the world and society. I also like the fact that you have a very vintage perspective, and you're a young guy. You're 20.
I'm 24.
Yeah, you're 24, and you have this very vintage aesthetic, which is very sort of before you were born. And I wonder how do you have this sort of love of the past, of vintage clothes, and where do you get them?
I got my inspiration from my dad, who's a tie-and-dye printmaker, and this is how he dresses, and this is just a tribute to my dad. and I got all these style from him. Yeah.
Okay, Carol, let's hear your thoughts.
Well, for me, I'm just interested in how a lot of people tell me they want to be stylists, and the end result of being a stylist is this. It's something very glamorous and great to look at. But can you make people understand the grunt work that is actually involved in styling? The process of it, that what you get is the result that people see, but it is not necessarily what your life is like on a daily basis. You're not living in the glamour. You're literally wading in the muck to find the end result that you desire. Yeah.
With that, Carol, I did a video actually so that guys will really know what it takes to do a project. There's so much input, there's so much finances and energy that leads to such projects. There's teamwork that guys need to appreciate, you know. Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of work goes into that.
Yeah.
So you've trained for this? You've studied this?
No.
This is just a passion?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Bob?
For me, it's just a comment. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Because we are in a society where people believe fashion is just wearing smart and going for all these functions and posing for photos with lollipops in your mouth.
Yeah.
But the fact that you've just used that to pass a message on respect to our elders, I think is absolutely fantastic. And I think I can just commend you and just say God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Ian?
Very, very impressive. I was shown these photographs by my son a while ago, because he was on his phone or his computer, and he came across them, and he came and showed them to me, and he's not easily impressed. So he came and told me, wow, look at these, and we flipped through them, and really nice. I mean, considering that when you think of grandfathers and grandmothers, you think of them in the heavy, grandmothers in heavy sweaters no matter what the weather, the men in big suits, and this is completely different. Yes.
Yeah, and before we wind up, Kevo, the thing is, our grandmothers will not get access to this because they're not as, well, this is arguable, some of them may be, but not every other typical Kenyan grandmother will be able to log in, get to the internet and see these images. So who are you targeting specifically? Were you targeting the younger persons so that they can go out there and, you know, sort of send this message out there or take care of the elderly persons? Who are you targeting personally?
Basically, I was targeting mostly the youth or people who are on the social media. So when they get to see this, they'll appreciate more their grandfather and grandmothers.
Okay, and then a question is coming in saying some of these images are pretty disturbing. Somebody saying he doesn't see his grandmother smoking a cigar, but then again, I don't see my grandmother wearing that stuff. So for somebody who actually comes to you and says, look, Abra, I'd like you to style my grandmother or my grandfather, is there room for that?
Yeah, there's room for that. Not with this style though.
This was catchy. This was for the images and. Okay, so
and also I think it's worth noting that maybe some people at home that think that this is literal. I think they see grandmothers dressed in men's clothes and they feel like that is a literal interpretation of what grandmothers wear. But no, it's art, and you're trying to send a message about power. And so I think the audience should really interpret the photos rather than just look at it literally.
And I think they should look at the whole, you know, more photographs so that they can better understand. Don't just look at one and think, what is this? Look at all the others and just see how weird they are. Then you'll better understand.
And remember the message. I think maybe this week we should all do something for our grandparents.
Seeing that it's Easter and everybody's in
town. Do something.
But do you make a living out of this?
Yeah.
This is your full-time job as a stylist?
Full-time job as a stylist.
A good living, not just scraping?
It's a good living.
Okay.
And you're busy.
Basically, I started doing these projects way back 6 years ago, and surprisingly, last year I was called by Vogue Italy in Ethiopia. To do fashion. I mean, to do a workshop with my project, and they didn't believe this work is in Africa.
Wow.
So every project that I do, I push it so that they come to understand there's something coming out of Africa.
Excellent. And let's take a look at your tweets. The hashtag is FashionWatch. The lady in blue and white shorts looks fantastic. Anything else is just an opinion. Okay, the president's attire was in order. He's actually wearing a bush shirt, which is never tucked in and goes with any trousers. Whoa. Jody Wahungu is a professor. Professors are exempted from fashion. Our university's professor will agree with me. We disagree, Jack. And this is loving the project Nyanye Innovative Design. So what was the reaction from Twitter, from just generally social media, the public? How did they react to Project
Actually,
Nyanye?
this project trended globally, and right now it's still the most discussed project on Behance. And Behance is it's a global creative platform right now, and I'm glad we've been getting more interviews this week just to discuss about this project. Yeah.
I'm curious about the grandmothers. How excited were they getting glammed up?
They're really excited, actually. They're really excited because they're not used to makeup and everything, you know. And actually, something funny, one of the grannies, she bailed out, so I had to get a backup during the project.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. Thank you so much, Kevo Abra, for joining us in studio. That's all the time we had. Catch us again next week. Have a lovely Easter. Stay safe. Good night.